Good morning and welcome back to Hiking with Kathleen. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today I'm celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the launch of this channel, Hiking with Kathleen. So at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things that we've got planned coming up in the 2022 season and the things that have really been meaningful receiving from you in terms of your comments and your feedback. That's helped to shape some of the ways in which we have worked on this channel and uploaded videos for you. So I hope you enjoy this hike with me today. While I'm having a little break here in the woods along the river, I wanted to mention to you that I just finished up an audiobook on the weekend, and it's one that I'd recommend if you like this kind of reading material. So the name of it is called The Sun is a Compass, and the author is Caroline Van Hemert. Even the narrator, oh my God, it felt like she was the one who was living the experience of this adventure. So the gist of the book is Caroline and her husband have embarked on a journey partly across Canada to get to Alaska. It's a 4,000-mile trek, and they're doing it by hiking and by canoeing. So because of her very descriptive writing style, it leaves you feeling like you're on the journey with her. You are in the canoe or you are in the tent listening to the sounds that she is so eloquently describing around her. The other thing that was a bit of a sidebar interest for me is she is a PhD candidate in biology. So she was talking about her field research experience as well as work she had done in the lab. Well, my degree is in biology, so I could relate to a lot of that. So it was kind of a heartwarming story to read from the eyes of another biologist. So if that's something that is of interest to you, it's an audiobook, or it's one you can get, I'm sure, by paperback. Anyway, I love hearing about people's adventures, and yeah, feeling that I'm traveling along with them. We're following in the footsteps of a white-tailed deer. just love the contours of the land. And so I'll show you what I'm looking at here. It's like a mini ravine. Did you hear that? That's right. Silence. Love it. It's so calming being out here. Allows you to be in your own thoughts. Or I guess what I prefer is just to keep an eye and an ear out for anything interesting. I was showing you that ravine, and I was tempted to track it, but there was an adult bald eagle just flying through the forest. But I'm trying to be cognizant of how it is from the viewer's perspective, where the camera just goes all over the place. Because I would have been tracking it without a tripod and without a clear shot, because that camera doesn't have the ability to be manually focused like my Canon camera. So there'd be lots of branches it would be focusing on the way. Very refreshing. Hope you're enjoying it too. So in the background behind me, there's a flock of robins, probably about 25 or so. So it's really cool. Yes, we associate them with the arrival of spring. This is late January, pretty much the last day. It's not the arrival of spring, it's just this is a flock that hasn't actually migrated south. But it's nice when they're visible, and it still makes us feel like we're kind of on the doorstep of turning the corner to spring, because normally the migrants start making their way back in March. But anyway, it's kind of a neat thing. I'll let you listen in. We also have some blue jays. Well, thank you for joining me right through the video to this wrap up. What I want to do is I want to actually just go through with you what has become, proud moments for Shannon and myself over the 21-22 YouTube season. It's your feedback. Your feedback has given us a lot of direction. People are really enjoying the music that we're playing. Shannon is the one that is 100% responsible for selecting the right soundtracks to create a mood for whatever particular clip you're looking at, including those that are humorous, like when we were in that four-wheeler going for a ride along that private property line. She's one who had like that hillbilly music. So, I mean, it adds a lot, and you folks really appreciate it, and I see that in your comments. So thanks for giving us that guidance. The other thing that people are really enthused about is the wildlife sightings. So that has really been meaningful, because that, for me, was my whole mission. I wanted to get out there and take my hikes on a daily or almost daily basis and bring those beautiful sightings in for people to see. And you have shown me overwhelmingly how that matters to you. So I really appreciate your feedback. There are other things too. For example, people have made me aware that, maybe they have mobility issues, and being on these virtual hikes with the crunching sound of the snow, the sound of the water, it makes you feel that you're right there with me. And that is exactly the kind of feel I want these videos to have for you. The other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to give you some sort of an idea of what you can come to expect in the season ahead for 2022. Now that we've just passed our 1-year anniversary, there will be more camping. So last year there was a fair bit of camping. We have a travel trailer. We were bringing along our kitty, who has her own tent. And so we're going to be doing more of that. If you're interested in seeing those episodes, you just look at the playlist. One is for summer camping, and the other is for fall camping of 2021. So for this year, we have or are in the process of booking more time at Pinery Provincial Park, at Arrowhead or Algonquin. They're in the same vicinity. So those are in basically, I guess, southern to central Ontario. And we have already started booking our trip to Newfoundland. So we're from Ontario. We've never been to Newfoundland. And so we're really looking forward to being able to take you along on that adventure with us. So we've got a lot of camping experiences ahead, certainly a lot of paddling experiences, because now we have a couple of kayaks and each, and we have our canoe. So I hope, will stay with us for the whole season and continue to enjoy the adventures you've been used to seeing so far. So on a final note, I'm going to try a little experiment, and I'm going to start making some shorts. So that is with the hashtag short, and I kind of want to call it or use in its title each time, "Did you see that?" And that is what I think people will get a kick out of, because it might be an animal sighting, and then that is all that will be in that particular short, not, not too much more. And that's because they are meant to be under a minute long on the YouTube channel. So if you're looking for that playlist, soon enough you should see one that is called Shorts, and that's where I'll start accumulating them. And my expectation is I'll be putting them out on a weekly basis as well. They're not going to be a very long commitment. It's a matter of, you know how you see things on your cell phone in the vertical orientation? That's how I'm going to have to start shooting some video in order to have it qualify to go on there, because you can't do your horizontal and then, have it tip up. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for me, but that's something I'm excited about adding to our channel. So thank you so much for your wonderful support. I really appreciate having you along, and we look forward to seeing you in this next year.